Hello, good afternoon everyone. This is Sir GP for another tutorial vlog. And ngayon nga, sa tutorial vlog natin ngayon, this is about how to solve Spearman Rho correlation. Paano ba sinusolve tong correlation na to? Or ano ba tong Spearman Rho correlation na to? So yan yung pag-aaralan natin ngayong araw. Pero kung bago ka pa lang sa aking YouTube channel, huwag mo muna kakalimutan na i-hit yung subscribe button, yung notification bell para palagi kang updated sa mga tutorial lessons about mathematics na nilalabas ni Sir JP. So wag na nga nating patagalin pa. So ngayon, paano nga ba sinusolve etong Spearman Rho correlation? So bago natin isolve or alamin kung paano kinukuha itong Spearman Rho, let us define first kung ano ba siya. So pag sinabi natin Spearman Rho correlation, this is also called as Spearman Rho. Ibig sabihin po, yung etong ating Spearman Rho correlation na minsan or sinasabi ng mga statisticians na siya din daw ay isang Spearman Rho, yung other term niya. So it is the simpler method for obtaining the correlation coefficient. It indicates the relationship between two variables, each of which is arranged in rank order. So, unlike Pearson R na correlation, walang kinalaman sa rank yun. Etong Spearman rank correlation or the Spearman Rho, nakafocus siya doon sa tinatawag nating rank order. Okay? So, yung relationship ng dalawang variables na nakaka-apekto or merong kinalaman about sa rank. So, it is used when the number of cases is 25 to 30 or less. Ibig sabihin, nominal type of data lang yung pwedeng paggamitan na itong Spearman Rho correlation. So sabi din, statisticians also refer this Spearman's rank order correlation coefficient as Spearman's Rho. Okay, yung Greek word na or Greek letter na Rho. So dahil na-define na natin siya, okay, paano ba ito kinukuha? So this is the steps in computing Spearman Rho. First, rank the first set of values giving the highest score of rank of 1. For example, ang ating set of data ay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Therefore, yung 5 yung highest score, siya yung ating pang first. Okay? Sa ranking, siya yung first. Okay, first. Ayan, first. Basta first. So, since ganyan po yung pagrarank natin, so after nung ating first set of data, let us do the second step, do the same with the second set of values. For example, ito yung sa x pa lang natin. Yan, na 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, meron pa tayong pangalawang values doon sa mga, sa ordered pair niya naman kay y. For example, meron tayong 10, 13, okay, 13, 10, 13, 14. Okay, 14. So, after ng 14, meron pa tayong 17. Tsaka, after na 17, sabihin natin yung pang 21. Therefore, yung 21 yung highest, dito sa ating set ng value sa y, ang rank 1 natin ay yung pang 21. Ang rank 2 natin ay yung 17. Rank 3 natin is yung 15. Yung 14, yung 13, yung 10. So, yan yung mga pwede nating i-rank. So, again, ang pag-rank ng data ay depende from the highest score, okay, or highest value papunta sa pinaka mababa. So, next tayo. Yung step 3, we have to get the difference between these two ranks of each individual. Okay, ayan. Each individual and record in the D column. So, mamaya papakita natin kung paano ba kinukuha yan. Basta kapag na-rank na natin yung dalawang set of scores or set of data, ipag-subtract na natin sila para makuha yung difference. After we subtract yung number 4, square each of these difference and get their sum. Okay, yung summation nila. Get their sum. And number 5, substitute the values in the formula. We have this formula of rho is equals to 1 minus 6 times summation of d squared all over n times n squared minus 1. So, ito yung pinaka-formula natin sa pag-compute ng ating Spearman Rho. So, where Rho is equals to Spearman Rho or the Spearman rank correlation coefficient, okay? And then, n is the number of sample, which is ordered first, and d is the difference of the ranks. And last step, we have to interpret the computed value of Rho or R sub S. So, yung R sub S is also yung ating Spearman Rho din to, yung R sub S. So, para mas maintindihan paano ba yan ini-interpret. Okay. So, para ma-interpret natin yung ating magiging computed value ng Spearman, we have this quantitative interpretation of the degree of linear relationship existing is shown in the following range of values. Tatandaan natin na ang mga computed values, whether Spearman man yan or Pearson R, nagre-range lang siya sa negative 1 to positive 1. Okay? 1.0. Andiyan lang nagre-range yung kanyang mga computed value na dapat makuha natin. So, pag lumabas sa computation natin ay positive or negative 1.0, therefore, the interpretation for that is perfect positive-negative correlation. Kapag naman positive or negative 0.91 to positive or negative 0.99, that means very high positive correlation. Okay, very high. Pag negative or positive 0.71 to positive or negative 0.90, yun naman yung high positive correlation. Okay, high positive. Kapag naman 0.51, positive or negative 0.51 to positive 0.70, yun naman yung kanyang moderate positive negative correlation. Okay? And positive or negative 0.31 to positive or negative 0.50, low positive or negative correlation. Positive or negative 0.01 to positive 0.30, positive or negative 0.30 rather, negligible positive negative correlation. At kapag naman 0.00 yung lumabas, therefore there is no relationship. Okay? No linear relationship. Ibig sabihin lang, kapag nag-0,0, wala talagang kinalaman sa isa't isa yung dalawang variables na pinagbabangga natin. Or, hinahanap natin yung relationship nila pero wala talaga. So, para mas maintindihan, let's have an example here. For the data below, compute the Spearman rank order correlation given the scores of 9 students in 2 different tests. So, we have here the student 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And their scores in 2 different tests, namely mathematics tsaka yung science. So, si student 1, we have 19 tsaka 25. Student 2, 18, 27, 15, 29, 12, 25, 11, 21, 9, 14, 7, 19, 5, 13, and then 6, tsaka 12. So, given these scores in mathematics and science, let us compute the Spearman rank order correlation. So, first, i-rewrite muna natin sila. Kasi sabi natin doon sa steps, kailangan natin yung rank ng unang set of data, and then yung rank ng pangalawang set of data, and then yung difference, tsaka yung kanyang squared ng difference. So, let us try ngayon na kunin yung ating rank ng x. Okay? Sabihin natin, itong math na to ay yung x values at itong science ay yung y. So, let us find yung rank of our x. Okay? Rank ng ating x. Pang ilan ba yung x natin? Ganun. So, dito, una natin ay yung 19. So, alam naman natin sa set of data na to, sa mathematics, ang pinaka-highest ay 19. Therefore, yung score ng student 1 ay yung pang first. Okay? 19 is first. Ito na siya. Next, ang sumunod na score sa kanya ay 18. Therefore, yun yung pang second. 15 yung pangatlo. yung 12 yung pang-4, 11 yung pang-5th, ayan ha, pang-5th yung 11, 9 is pang-6th, syempre yung 7 sumunod naman sa kanya, okay, 5 and 6, syempre yung pang-8 natin ay yung 6 kasi nga ranking ito, okay, ayan, and then yung 5 yung pang-huli na 9. Okay. Since nakuha na natin yung rank ng X ng values, hanapin naman natin yung rank ng ating mga Y values. Sa set of scores na ito, okay, tignan natin ano. So, ang pinaka-highest dito sa science test ay yung 29. Therefore, si 29 yung pang-first. After ng 29, we have 27. Isa. Therefore, siya yung pang-second. So, yung pang third score natin, or yung third rank, merong dalawang nakakuha ng 25. Ibig sabihin, hindi pwedeng pareho silang 3 na dalawa. Okay? Kung meron ng dalawa, syempre yun yung dalawa, first and second. Syempre, ang susunod sa kanila dapat yung third and fourth. Pero, since dalawa yan, kapag dalawa, ganito yung kukunin. So, since kukunin mo yung pang third spot, third, and then plus 4 kasi dalawa eh. Plus 4. And then, i-divide sa 2 kasi dalawa. So, ibig sabihin, kapag dinivide natin ito, meron tayong 7 over 2. Okay? That means 3.5 yung rank nilang dalawa. So, kung pang 3.5 yun na ilalagay natin kasi dalawa lang naman yung 25 eh. So, therefore, 3.5 3.5. Sir, bakit naging wala ng third, walang fourth? Kasi nga, dalawa silang naghahati. So, therefore, 3.5, 3.5 yung ilalagay natin. So, next, meron na tayong, nakuha na natin yung pang third and fourth. Ano ba susunod doon? Syempre, yung pang fifth na 21. Again, wag mong hanapin yung pang third tsaka fourth kasi pinaghatian na ni 25 kasi dalawa, naging 3.5 na. Next, hanapin natin yung susunod na score sa 21. We have this 19. Sabihin yung 19 yung pang 6. Okay? Next naman, sunod na scores ay 14. So, si 14 ay pang 7. Then, 13, 8, tama. And then, 12 is pang 9. Okay. Nakuha na natin lahat ng ranking. Narank na natin yung ating X values tsaka yung ating Y values, yung sa math tsaka sa science. Since nakuha na natin yung mga ranks, proceed na tayo sa tinatawag nating difference. Okay? So, dito sa difference, ang gagawin lang natin, pagmaminusin natin yung rank from X, etong rank from X na to, to rank ng Y. So, 1 minus 3.5, the answer is negative 2.5. So, 2 minus 2, 0. 3 minus 1 is 2. Okay? And then, 4 minus 3.5 is 0.5. 5 minus 5 is 0. 6 minus 7 is negative 1. 7 minus 6 is 1. 9 minus 8 is 1. 8 minus 9 is negative 1. Nakuha na natin yung kanyang difference. So, last na kukunin natin ay itong tinatawag natin na d squared. Itong d squared natin. Okay? So, sa d squared, para makuha natin yan, madali lang naman yan eh. Squared lang naman natin itong value nito. So, therefore, negative 2.25 squared. The answer is 6.25. 0 squared is 0. 2 squared is 4. 0.5 squared is 0.25. 0 squared is 0. Negative 1 squared is 1. 1 squared is 1. Check. 1 squared is 1 and then negative 1 squared is 1. So, meron na tayo ngayong values na itong d squared. All we have to do is to get the summation of d squared and we add the 6.25 plus 4 plus 0.25 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equals to 14.5. So, we have now the value of the summation of d squared which is yung pinakakailangan natin sa formula. So, let us proceed dun sa next step. Kasi, anong step na tayo? Nakuha na natin yung rank ng unang values. Nakuha na natin yung rank ng pangalawa. Nakuha na natin si D. nakuha natin si d squared. Therefore, pang fifth step na tayo, yung pag-compute ng mismong Spearman. Okay. So, given our value nung summation of d squared na 14.5 and our formula is this one, ay ito yung formula natin, na 1 minus 6 times summation of d squared all over n times n squared minus 1. Let us substitute the formula 1 minus 6 times 14.5, which is yung ating d squared. Okay, summation ng d squared all over yung 9 galing sa ating n kasi 9 students sila, 9 ordered pairs yung meron. And then substitute 9 squared minus 1. So 1 minus 6 times 14.5 all over 9 times 81 minus 1. So is equals to 1 minus 87 all over 720. Then pag divide natin itong 87 divided by 720, the answer is 0.12. So 1 minus 0.12, therefore our Rho or Spearman trunk correlation is 0.88. So therefore, dahil positive yan, okay, we have a Rho or RS or R sub S of 0.88. Therefore, we can conclude that there is very high positive correlation between the test results in mathematics and science. So, ganyan yung pag-compute ng Spearman Rho or the Spearman rank correlation. So, let's have another example. Kasi dito sa example 1 natin, merong nag-tie sa rank. Paano kapag walang nag-tie? Let us have this example number 2. So, the data below are the marks of students in Filipino and English subject. Compute and interpret the Spearman Rho. So, given the Filipino subject, yung scores ay 46, 65, 35, 61, 52, 54, 48, 70, 66, and 51. So, in our English, we have 50, 60, 30, 50, 55, 46, 49, 67, 57, and then 53. So, again, let us write it sa isang ganito. This is our solution. So we have here the number of sample 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we have here yung Filipino as our X, Filipino subject, English as our Y. So nire-write lang natin itong mga data na to from our given. Re-write lang ulit dito. And the first step, sabi nga natin, is to get the rank of our X. So here, sa set of score na to, alin ba yung pinaka-highest? Di ba yung 70? That's why siya yung first. After the 70, sumunod sa kanya ay yung 66. Therefore, siya yung second. Okay? 66 is yung second. Next, we have 65 yung sumunod. That's why that is the third. Fourth yung 61. Okay? Fourth. And then, pang fifth natin ay 54. Ang 6 ay 52. Ang pang 7 natin ay yung 51. Pang 8, okay, ay 48. And pang 9 natin ay yung 46. And then lastly, yung 35, yung pinaka-lowest. Okay, nakuha na natin lahat, ano? Nakuha na natin yung rank na itong X. Now, let us rank naman yung ating Y. So, sa ating Y, ang pinaka-highest sa kanya ay 60. Ito yung first. Sinundan siya ni hindi pala to ang first, 67 pala yung first. The first 67. Sinundan siya ni 60 as second. At yung pang third natin ay 57. Yung pang fourth ay yung 56. Ang pang fifth ay 55. Okay, 55 yung pang lima natin. And then pang 6 natin ay yung 53. Pang 7 yung 50. Pang 8 yung 49, pang 9 yung 46, and then lastly yung 30. So, since narank na natin itong Y, narank na natin itong X, tsaka Y ha, tapos na tayo mag-rank dito, tapos na tayo. We can now proceed doon sa pagkuha ng ating difference. Okay, 9 minus 4 is 5. Check. 3 minus 2 is 1. 10 minus 10 is 0. 4 minus 7 is negative 3. Okay, tanda natin, this is negative 3, sorry. So that is negative 3. Okay, negative 3. Yan. 6 minus 5 is 1. 5 minus 9 is negative 4. Okay, negative 4. Then, 8 minus 8 is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. 2 minus 3 is negative 1. Okay, negative 1. 7 minus 6 is positive 1. So, therefore, we have now the difference. Okay. I-clear ko lang po ito po ay negative 3. Okay. Negative 3. Clear natin. Ayusin lang ito na Sir JP. So, ito po ay negative 3. Ito ay negative 4. Ito ay negative 1. So, ayan, negative. Next, since we have the value of our d, we can now proceed dun sa ating summation ng d squared. Okay? Or, proceed muna tayo sa d squared. 5 squared is 25. We have 1 squared is 1, 0 squared is 0, negative 3 squared is positive 9, 1 squared is 1, negative 4 squared is 16, 0 squared is 0, 0 squared is 0, negative 1 squared is 1, and then 1 squared is 1. We have now the value ng ating d squared, therefore we can now proceed dun sa kanyang summation. So 25 plus 1 plus 9 plus 1 plus 16 plus 1 plus 1 is 54. Therefore, we have the summation of d squared. Okay? We can now proceed doon sa ating paggamit ng formula. So, ito yung ating pinaka-value ng summation of d squared. We have 54. So, given this formula, substitute natin yung value. 1 minus 6 times 54, which is from here. Then 10, which is the number of sample na meron tayo. 10 squared minus 1. 1 minus 324 all over 990 is equals to 1.033. So, pag pinag-subtract natin itong dalawa, ang lalabas na sagot ay 0.67. So, since we have this computation, hence, we have a P or RS of 0.67. This indicates a moderate positive relationship between the ranks of individuals obtained in the Filipino and English exam. So, natapos na tayo mag-interpret. Ayan po yung paano or ayan kung paano kinukuha yung ating Spearman Rho correlation or the Spearman Rho. So, short recap lang tayo. Let's have a short recap ng ating pagkuha ng Spearman. So, sabi nga natin, para makuha yung Spearman, we have, first step is yung i-rank natin yung ating X. Okay, i-rank yung X. Second step ay i-rank naman si Y. Pag nakuha na natin, doon na tayo sa next step, yung pangatlo, which is getting their difference. Pag nakuha na yung difference, we have yung pang-apat, which is, ang pang-apat natin ay si d squared. Okay, d squared po yan. D squared. And yung pang-lima, or fifth step, okay, fifth step natin is yung paggamit ng ating formula na rho. Okay, kanya rho yan, is equals to 1 minus C times summation of d squared all over n times n squared minus 1. So, ito yung pinaka-formula. And lastly is yung number 6 is we have to interpret. Pangit ng sulat. Okay, ayan. Interpret. So, ito yung steps para pag-compute ng ating Spearman. And, ayan. I hope na natuto kayo. Thank you so much sa pakikinig. And, bago tayo maghiwa-hiwalay, again po, pinapaalala ko na don't forget to subscribe, to like, and share mo na din ito sa mga classmates, kakilala mo na nag-aaral ng ganitong topic.